The 2024 WVU football recruiting class has officially picked up their third verbal commitment. Let's go! What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. If you would do us a favor, hit that like button, give us a thumbs up on this video if you would. It'll help not only its performance, but future videos performances here on the channel as well. And if you're a WVU fan, be sure hit that subscribe button. Helps us and it helps you as it helps get more of this Mountaineer sports content out to Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, let's get into it. All right, so as I mentioned in the cold open, West Virginia has officially picked up their third verbal commit for the 2024 recruiting class, and this one comes in the form of a tight end, a three-star player in Jack Samarco, as you see here, shared on the screen by this great article over on WVSportsNow.com, written by Mike Ostie at the time of his commitment. As you'll see the graphic there, that Jack Samarco shared over on his Twitter, and if you want to follow him, Mountaineer Nation, you can at Samarco Jack. As you can see here, take me home, 110% committed is what he tweeted, tagging Blaine Stewart, Neil Brown, Jordan Leslie, among others, among the West Virginia football coaching staff, but officially becoming a third commit for the 2024 West Virginia football recruiting class. Samarco actually committing prior to his official visit, which is scheduled to come on June 9th through June 11th, which we knew of from a prior tweet from Jack Samarco, but not even needing the official visit to commit to West Virginia. Samarco had been on campus a couple of times to Morgantown in the past prior to his official visit, unofficially visiting Morgantown, and apparently that was enough to sell Samarco to commit to West Virginia. As we know, the Mountaineers trying to incorporate the tight end position more into the offense. They have a slew of tight ends on the roster. We saw LSU transfer Cole Taylor get a lot of action in the spring and appears to be a pass catching savant that will really help the Mountaineers in the fall at that position and give them a pass catching weapon and size that they haven't had in quite some time. In turn with that, Jack Samarco also will give them size in the future at that position, in West Virginia not only focusing on the tight end position now, but appearing to focus on the tight end position in the future as well, and continuing to incorporate that in the Mountaineer football offense. It looks like with the addition of Jack Samarco, who picked WVU over a handful of offers and had interest from numerous other programs, as you see here on the screen. I'll name some of them off the top here: Connecticut, Eastern Michigan, Kent State, Montana State, Toledo, Western Michigan, Cincinnati, Duke, Iowa State, Indiana, Louisville, Michigan, Penn State, Pitt, Tennessee, and Virginia Tech. All were teams that were interested in Jack Samarco, but he ultimately decides on West Virginia and becomes the third commit for the Mountaineers in the 2024 class, which we're hoping to see really get rolling now as we're starting to see progression on that upcoming West Virginia recruiting class. But the 2024 class is certainly excited to add a three-star prospect in Samarco with great size at the tight end position. Should come in ready to contribute early in his collegiate career, as he has a 6'6" and 242-pound frame, considered a top 50 recruit in the state of Ohio and a top 100 tight end across the entire nation. So great pickup for the Mountaineers here, coming from Anderson High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. And for Mountaineers that may not know him, I figured let's take a look at his highlights here. There you see him kind of leading there in a wing type situation. What a great block there, driving his defender into the ground. I guess you could call that a pancake. Here you see him detached, lined up in the slot. The quarterback in trouble here, scrambling out. Samarco, reads it, throws his hand up in the back of the end zone. You'll see there, and then goes up, high points the football, catches it with his hands. Great thing you like to see there from a tight end who you hope to be a great pass catcher for you. Here he is again on the goal line, about the 5-yard line, lined up outside this time. Great separation on a typical fade route and just utilizing his large frame, that 6'6", 242-pound frame we talked about there to secure that catch. There he goes, fake blocking and then releasing on a bit of a seam route, kind of getting up the sideline. You see a little bit of the athleticism there, making a play on that one down the field. So I think as we look at a few highlights here from Jack Samarco's huddle, there you see him on the outside blocking yet again. Another great effort, another pancake from Samarco. I think in these highlights you see both the capabilities of him to line up attached, line up detached, line up in the slot, even on some of these formations on the goal line situations. He's lined up on the outside, as he is here on this play, in which it's kind of a broken play, but he gets downfield and makes a play just due to his size in double coverage, yet again, high pointing the football, catching it with his hands. So I think that's one thing that leads to him being a great pass catcher. And then yet again, you see another pancake there that just shows his blocking capabilities as well. So I think that he is a tight end that's coming in ready made to contribute kind of earlier in his collegiate career. And I think this is a great addition for the 2024 West Virginia football recruiting class. I wanted to show you some of his highlights there. We'll see one final play here. Him lined up in the slot yet again, showcasing those great blocking abilities, mismatched on a slot corner and just manhandling him there. Great blocking capabilities from Jack Samarco. Great pass catching capabilities as well with that large 6'6", 242-pound frame. You've seen him high point the football, catch it with his hands. Great pass catching, great blocking capabilities there as well. Multiple pancakes in those highlights. Let's take a look at the 2024 West Virginia football recruiting class as it stands currently now, following the verbal commitment of Jack Samarco, the subject of this video. And as you can see here, the West Virginia football recruiting class hopefully just beginning to hit its stride here. Three-star commitments thus far. If you're talking about the verbal commits of the 2024 WVU football recruiting class, going to try and keep track of this on the Country Roads webcast channel here as we progress throughout this football recruiting class. But thus far, you see the three commits there on screen for West Virginia. Defensive lineman Richard Wink James, a 6'1", 270-pounder, a three-star from New Jersey. And then wide receiver Keyshawn Robinson, 5'11", 175-pound, three-star recruit from the state of West Virginia. Yet again, another in-state recruit that Neil Brown has landed as he continues his run of landing the top 2 or 3 in-state recruits every year since he came to Morgantown. And then, of course, the subject of this video, the most recent verbal commitment for the Mountaineers, tight end Jack Samarco, 6'6", 242-pound, three-star recruit from the state of Ohio. So 3 commits verbally for the Mountaineers in the 2024 class thus far, with 3 different states represented: New Jersey, West Virginia, and Ohio, respectively, with Samarco from Ohio being the most recent. So there's a look at the 2024 class as it stands currently, following the commitment of Jack Samarco. So there you have it, Mountaineer Nation. West Virginia has picked up a 3rd verbal commit for the 2024 class. What do you think of the 2024 class as it stands currently, and do you think the ball is about to get rolling? And who would you like to see West Virginia add to that recruiting class? I know Samaj Jones and some other quarterbacks are popular names, but there is certainly a lot of potential good prospects that the West Virginia Mountaineers are targeting for the 2024 class, which hopefully is shaping up to be a good one for the future of West Virginia football. But be sure, let us know your thoughts down in the comments, both on the commitment of Jack Samarco and the 2024 class in general. We appreciate the interaction as we continue to try and grow the Country Roads webcast community throughout Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.